So Canon's big announcement at Photokina 2016 is a very small camera. This is the EOS M5. Now this is one of a lineup of EOS M cameras that Canon's been making for a few years now, but this is by far the most high-end, by far the most advanced. So this is actually the better part of an EOS 80D, but in a very, very small, very light body. And the most important two things about that are it's the same sensor as the 80D, which is a 24 megapixel APS-C sensor with improved dynamic range compared to its predecessors, and full-time dual pixel autofocus, which covers 80% of the frame. Now the reason that's a very big deal is because it's one of the best hybrid AF systems we've ever seen, and it works incredibly well in video as well as in stills, and actually allows you to track moving subjects even when you're filming. Now this might not be the fastest or on the face of it the most exciting mirrorless camera on the market right now. It can't shoot 4K, it can't shoot some of those really high frame rate modes that competitors can. What it can do is do the basics for stills and video photographers extremely well. If there's one thing that Canon knows how to make, it's a very pleasant to use camera. So we've come to the Canon stand this morning, just before the show is fully open, so it's a little bit quiet still. And in a few minutes' time, we're going to meet a product specialist to take us through some of the features of the EOS M5. And I'm here on the Canon stand with Hin Pang.
Thank you, Barnaby. Yes, welcome everybody to Canon stand Photokina 2016.
So we're here, we're talking about the M5. This is your big Photokina announcement. Why don't you just sort of take us through some of the key features?
So one of the most exciting thing about this camera is that we have put in a lot of 80D, similar to 80D technology into a body that is around 55% of the size of the 80D itself. But in doing that, we try not to compromise on any handling of the camera as well. So this is the first time, say for example, we included this thumb-operated dial on the top panel. The dial phone button on the top will also allow you to access all of the settings as if you are the top plate of a 80D, 5D Mark III and a 7D. So things like autofocus mode, drive mode, white balance, ISO, they can also all be accessed on that. On the back of the camera, you have a lovely, massive touchscreen, 1.62 million dots, and it's very, very good, responsive, and large refresh rate as well. One of the great things about this camera is actually, the handling when using the viewfinder. Okay, so when you're putting your eye to the camera, the screen is still active, so you can use your thumb to change your autofocus point. So just as if you were using cameras like 6D, 5D and 7D with a multi-controller or how somebody will call it a joystick on the back of the camera.
The AF system in this camera is quite a big deal. Why don't you just take us through that?
Indeed, yes. So there's two components to that. So the first component is the dual pixel CMOS AF. So it's a well-renowned technology that we have used in, say, C series, and also 1DX and 80D as well. So what that means for the users out there is, you get incredibly fast and accurate autofocus for stills and precise tracking for movies. And partly that is due to Digic 7 as well, our new processor. So the ability for it to process the data quicker means that the autofocus is going to speed up, and also Digic 7 also brings better tracking capabilities, especially when there's a phase inside the frame as well. Yeah.
Great. Well, it's definitely one of our, one of our favorite mirrorless cameras to hold and use.
Great.
Do you know when this is going to start shipping?
We do, yeah. So for Europe, it's end of November, and I think, I'm not sure in the US, but I think it would be in the end of November as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Barnaby. Thank you.